So I think we should start because it's 8.
Yes, please start.
Okay, so thank you, sir. A warm good evening to everyone. I hope you all are doing good. So, as today's topic is, sorry, yeah. So today's topic is, do movies also educate us? Important lessons embedded by me from movies. So basically, there are
Imbibed.
many movies
Sorry,
by
Aradhya. Imbibed by.
imbibed by
Imbibed means
me.
learnt by me.
Yes, imbibed by me from movies. So basically, the idea for today's topic is that you have to tell a movie from which you got some lesson about the humanity, or about humanity, or about the how uh, how can we overcome the violence which is uh, from which world is suffering, right? So I wanna invite you all for giving your views regarding it. So who will start first?
Bhaiya, may I start, Khushi?
Yeah.
Kushi, wait a second. Let me also clarify that you can talk about one or two or more movies from which you have learnt a lot, but also comment on the general issue. That is the first half of the topic. That movies actually teach us also. It is not just entertainment, and this is not appreciated by many people because, for example, teachers and parents sometimes just criticize movies and prefer us to be just reading books. Do you agree with this or not? You can talk about that also. So please start, Kushi.
Namaskar, everyone. My name is Khushi, and today I will speak on this topic. As we all know, movies used to tell us a lesson in our life, such as my favorite movie, Three Idiot, also taught me a lesson. Like uh, we should not follow the success. We should only follow the hard work. Hard work. So we will definitely got a success in our life. In that movie, we have learned that what is the important of friend in our life. What is the important of books, and what important of book in our life, and how do we have to get the success. In the last, we have seen that there was a bet between two friends, and in the last we saw that the person who was used to score, who used to make such an invention, not used to put their time in studies, still he become the most successful man in his life. And many movies used to give us entertainments, and some journal issue, and many more things. In that movie, we have also seen that people used to judge a person by his or her marks, as but it should not happen in our country. The person should only think that what in which field the student is good. Yeah. There are many more movies that used to touch us as lesson, like Hitchki. In Hitchki also, the student was from the place where the people were less educated, but still the teacher tried and tried, and he got the success. So we should do the smart work plus hard work in our life to get success, and these movies had taught us about this. As Divesh sir asked us, like teachers used or the parents used to say that focus more on books, not on the movies. That's absolutely wrong, because reading book is another thing, and watching movies another thing. Like if the person listen a song, so he may remember all the lyrics of that song. Same happens to the movie. I still remember all the movie I have seen in my life. uh, and movie used to tell our society and many more things. political rises and inspire us for our life. It used to teach us how the attitude the people used to show outside of the world. So I want to say that movies are good enough and they used to tell us a lot of lessons in our life that are most important for our life. Thank you.
Okay, Khushi, but there was a mistake while you were speaking that first of all, you can say it was not important. Important, it will be no importance of book and not book. It's books and friend, not it will be of friends. Second thing, if you are saying that you were saying that how why should we do hard work? So you can say that we should follow hard work not for getting marks but for taking success. As there's a quotation that success is not a journey. Sorry, success is not a destination. Success is a journey, right? So it's a beautiful quote which I heard on a movie, right? So otherwise it was good. And I think you were
Thank you.
quite hesitate today. Yeah, who will start next? Who will start next?
One mistake, uh, Khushi, you said in the last. How will you correct it?
At the last.
In the end. You're talking
Okay.
on movies, so it will be in the end. Okay. If
Okay.
you're talking about a place or something, then you will say at the last.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Otherwise, it was very good. Thank you, Khushi.
Thank you.
Who will speak next? Vaibhav and Lovely, you want to say something?
Sir, Vaibhav want to say something.
Yeah, please.
Sir, may I start about today's topic?
Yes.
Sir, 1 second. Good evening. Firstly, I would say about today's topic. Namaskar, sir, and my dear friends, and good evening to all. About today's topic, that movies give us educational. That is true that if we will watch such movies, so we can educate ourselves and like for example, I like movie Super 30 because it is educational movie based on educates and studies. So in Super 30, firstly children were not enough studying, and in last 30 children were selected, and then they were top also. And movies such movies are educational, like Kushi Didi also told Hichki in Hichkis and Super 30 and more movies are educational movies, because in that uh, all the actions and all the villain and hero were about studies. And one movie I was searching a video on YouTube, so one one shot came of movie, and then I watched that in movie one sir is teaching a student, and student is backbencher, but uh, in backbencher also he's trying to giving the answer, and the first bencher can't give the answer, but the last backbencher can give the answer. And then I like that video because on the base of movie, very good that a backbencher can give the answer, but a front bencher can't. So I liked the video and thank you.
Okay, lovely. But there was a mistake that first of all, there is not educational. There will be a word. There will be there will be a word that a movie based on education, right?
Yes,
And
sir.
they will educate, and there will be not a word educate. There will be a word education,
Yes, sir.
and they were not they not pass. You will say they succeed in the examination. They succeed in their exam or examination, not pass, because sometimes pass word is not appropriate somewhere. Okay, otherwise it's not good.
Thank you, sir.
And kindly don't put your hand down. Vaibhav, sorry, lovely.
Sir, she will speak in a movement.
Okay,
Sir, can I
movement.
speak?
Sir, can I
Yeah,
speak?
yeah.
Sir, Gagan, sir.
Start.
Okay. Sir, am I visible?
Yeah.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Today I'm here to present my views on the today's topic. And today's topic, yes, can film also educate us? Yes, sir. The film can also educate us, as most of us watch film for enjoyment. But movies are also a great educational resource for helping the student and understood student material outside of the
Gagan,
classroom
can you please start
environment.
again? Can you please start
Yes.
again?
Okay, sir. Sure, sure.
Yeah, please.
So,
Thank you.
so, sir, today's my topic is can movies also educate us? So, sir, yes, movies can also educate us. Most of us watch films for the enjoyment, but movies are also a great educational resource for helping helping students understood school material outside of the classroom environment. Here now, sir, here are the few points which I like to tell that how can the movies educate us and they are helpful for the students. Firstly, sir, the films are or movies are the great source of visual learning. Every student has their own unique technique of learning and writing. Movies are the great resource for the visual learners because they enable them to understand the concept with the barriers that hinder learning. Second one, sir, the film allow the student to see the life through different perspectives. Just like the books, movies allow the students insight into the lives of the different characters, how their perspective differs and how they handle certain situations. Films can also show students how different people in different parts of the world. Third one, sir, the film produce a visual aid of to understanding historical events. For example, sir, there are many historical movies which helps us to understanding to know about the history, how our Indian history is going on and how the history is at the past. The few examples are like of historical drama, like sir, Saving Private Ryan. It's a very good movie which can help the student to understanding about the concept of World War II. And sir, the Les Miserables is a French movie which can understand and helps to rebuild our concepts for sir, regarding the French Revolution. And sir, there are more concepts, more movies. And now, sir, I would like to tell that films helps the student to understanding the concepts like theme, style, genre. Theme, style, genre in a movie allows the student to grasp these concepts in a medium that it more familiar to them. So, sir, and one of sir, my last point is, sir, not even Indian films or Bollywood films, but also the Hollywood films are also very good and helps the students to educate. So, sir, there are, as we all know, there are both good movies and bad movies, which gave a good impact and harsh impact on every individual. So movies can all educate us and gave a bad impact on us. So it is on the people, on the individual, that how to see the movie and how he grabs it. So thank you, sir.
Uh, okay, Gagan. First of all, educate film don't educate us.
Okay,
Movies
sir.
of not take film, say movies and not educate. It will be give us a lesson. All
Okay,
right,
sir.
movie give us a
So,
lesson.
but Bhaiya, I guess educate is also a nice word to use. As the way sir can tell better, so sir, you tell.
But I think lesson will be because if you are watching any movie, so it will sometimes it will give you an interpretations. Yeah, it can give you the interpretations, but giving more, if you are taking more and more interpretations, you will get a lesson how the life is suffered or the life is life how can we live a wonderful life. So a lesson is a good word, right? Because
Yes, sir.
okay,
Okay.
Okay, sir.
yeah. So sorry, where I was, where I was.
I guess you was on the lesson.
Yeah. So movies give us a lesson,
Actually, you will say you
right?
were, not
You
never say
were.
you was, you were. You is always accompanied by the verb in plural. You are, you were. Okay, Aradhya.
Okay, sir. So basically, Gagan, you give us a wonderful idea about how the film give us a brief about the life, a brief lesson of a life. But I think it was a wonderful, and I think I didn't notice any other mistake
Thank
while
you,
you
sir.
spoke. Yeah, who will
Sir,
spoke here?
now
Who will
can I
speak next?
Thank
start?
you, sir. Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
who's this?
Sir, Gaurav, sir.
Yeah, please start.
Gaurav, why were you not attending last week?
Sir, my exams are going on, sir, last week, sir.
Rekho बोलियो.
Okay,
Sorry, sir, my exams are going on, sir.
okay.
सर को बात
Sir,
क्लियर
can I
बता
start?
दिया.
Hi, you
होगी.
are on mute.
तारीफों के पुल बांध दिए सर ने.
भाई आपका माइक ऑन है.
Gagan, please switch off your mic. Yes, Gaurav.
Sir, can I start?
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, sir, and my dear friends. Sir, my views on today's topic is, sir, in today's day and age, education is very important and it's become a tradition. And education is a tradition of method of teaching. Sir, as the time passes, technology advances, and as a product of this technology development, the modern concept of utilizing movies as a tool of providing education is passed by days. Sir, with textbooks for the younger students, the combination of the entertainment is a very good source. So, sir, further I would like to say that how movies can help us in learning. Sir, using movies to teach us is definitely a challenging part, but it should be done in a proper manner, and then by it boosts up the numerous benefits. Unlike text, movies enable students to learn visually. It enhances the thinking capacity, mentality of the students and children, and the visual clips provides a greater understanding of time and era as well as the lifestyle of the historical figures than the simple words. Additionally, the movies are not limited in the way of the books. they are occasionally beyond the topics or beyond the books. Sir, further this we have the interest factor. That interest is the most important factor of the learning. On a journal level, students respond better to watching movies than reading the books, which helps in them in keeping interested and preventing them from getting easily distracted. So movies can help us to teach the students very easily and in a very less time, because the students have the interest in watching movies and learn through the movies. And also for some students, learning through films is actually a boon. So uh, learning through movies is a challenging also, that there are still many challenges, and that is it needs to overcome that it to be accepted universally. And now sir, I would like to tell about that some good movies that which are educated. Sir, in this digital era, education is not just a lecture and backboard sessions with the four walls of a classroom. And the role of the teachers change from just one side of dictators to more than a guidance in the digital era. So, sir, for the first movie is that, sir, The Freedom Writer. This is a Hollywood movie, an inspirational movie that depicts the story of a young teacher who took efforts to encourage students to receive higher education despite their challenging early school days. Sir, the next movie is The Pursuit of Happiness, and this is the movie of a famous Hollywood actor, Will Smith. And The Pursuit of Happiness gives us a message that one should not give up the dream despite whatever hurdles comes on the way, that everyone should face their problems that comes in their life unless avoid them or run from them the problems. So next is a very famous Bollywood movie, that is The Life of Pi. And The Life of Pi gives us a very good message, and this is a very good visual masterpiece with a brilliant execution of inspiring ideas through students. And sir, last the movie, sir, I Am Kalam. This 2011 movie, sir, is also very good, and it gives a very strong message to the society to value of education and right to have education for every student. So, sir, I would like to conclude that through movies, students can also get education, and movies also teach everyone that movies are very educational and good. But movies are also few movies are also bad, that had a bad impact on the mindset of the people. So by watching movies in a good and proper manner, they can teach us. Thank you.
Um, good. But there were a few words that first of all you spoke a word I didn't remember, but instead of that you should say mention it mentioned. I think you say
Yes.
tell, so you can say mentioned. It's mentioned, right? Second thing, when you were uh, when you were speaking the names of the few films, you can also mention about a life by by you can also say that what was the lesson which was as a the movie, uh, but it was a nice, I think I didn't notice any mistake, but because there was some network issue from my side. So Bhavya, there were any mistake? Sir, Divya sir, can you please mention the mistakes? Because there are some network issue from my side. So I can't listen him very much clearly.
Uh, I noticed something in the last sentence. And what are the synonyms of mention? Some verbs and adjectives are have to be used repeatedly. So we must know synonyms and avoid repeating a word. in a sentence. So apart from mention, you can also say suggests. You can also say cites. 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 SITES is different. That is that stands for a place. SITES. Cites is a place. CITES is something mentioned. So these are synonyms of mention. Narrate, inform, suggest. Okay. We shall avoid repeating the same word very close to each other in a speech.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Bhavya.
Sir, can I start?
Again, you say, can I start?
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Sir, may I start?
Again, everyone need not say start. What else can we say? May I begin? Or may I speak? May I present? May I present my speech now? That is the best sentence. May I present my speech now? Okay.
Sir, may I start?
Yes.
Namaskar, sir, and my dear friends. I am Bhavya. Today I want to speak on this topic. Everyone think that the movies are for entertainment and we have fun and having enjoy. But there are many things we can learn from the stories. It tells us history. Like if we have to learn history of there are many stories. Like the latest movie released, its name is Kashmiri Files, and 23 March 1931 Shahi. It is also a nice movie from which we can learn about the history. But if we have to learn about books, there is a movie. It's the favorite movie of my sister. Its name is Three Idiots. In that movie, there is a person who said that he said that if we have to go get good marks, we should study on our own, or we should not make anybody else study. So from that movie we have understand that every topper do not get success, but there was another person who was who do some mistakes, who make a different line for that person, and when he spoke that lines, everyone start laughing on him. And when he come to him and said that after 10 years we will be coming back and see, and we will be seeing that who will be more successful. And after that, when they come with the person who do the person who make changes in the lines of the other person, he was more successful than the other one. So from this we understand that every person who is intelligent and smart, he do not get success in his life every time. So we should see knowledgeable movies from which we can learn something. The one movie I will be recommending to everyone, they can see Kashmiri Files, and second one Manika Nika. Thank you.
Okay, Bhavya, very well speak, but it is not Kashmiri Files, it's the Kashmir Files. The Kashmir
Okay, sir.
Files.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
And Bhavya, you will not say knowledgeable films. Okay. Knowledgeable is always a person. For films or books which are non-living, we will say illuminating, educative. Something which imparts knowledge is called educative or illuminating. ILLUMINATING.
Okay, sir.
Kushi, you want to say something? Your hand is showing.
Yes, sir. I want to say something.
Yes.
So I want to recommend a movie for a social knowledge, Jai Bhim. It's totally based on the social issues that the normal people used to face. But how does the people used to face in judge in the court, how they didn't get justice, how they used to trap in a trap, how they used to come in a trap that are made by their enemies. So I guess everyone should watch Jai for the knowledge for the society.
Okay, very good. Yes, Nandini?
Sir, may I start?
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. My views on today's topic is movies provide us entertainment as well as they also educate us. Not all movies educate us, but yeah, some movies do. It helps us learn new things and become more creative, and it also helps us to cope with stress. Movies inspire us to become a better person in the society and taught us some important and lifelong lessons. Some important lessons that I imbibed from movies are the lesson from Jai Bhim movie. Jai Bhim is totally based on a real story of injustice with tribal people. From Jai Bhim, I learned that in our system itself there are so many corrupt officers and ministers. Because of them, people can't get justice, and especially the people who are in minority, like Dalit and tribal people. So the lesson is, no matter what, we always stand for what is right. And second movie is Three Idiot. This movie taught us about follow your passion and work hard for your dreams. This movie also taught us about good friendship. Thank you.
You said, lovely, you called Dalits and tribals as minorities. The correct word would be oppressed section or weaker section. Dalits are more than 15% of population now. Upper castes are also less than 15%. So Dalits are not minorities numerically. The best word would be weaker section.
Okay, sir.
Nandini, yeah. Lovely, you want to speak now?
Yes, sir. I'm going to start now. Can I start?
Yeah.
Movies play a very important role in everyone's life. Movies are fictional and non-fictional. They give every movie gives a message to us. Some movies give message regarding the society. Some give regarding education. Some give regarding the social and maintenance of our life. Movies helps us to understand the education part or social part of very easily by animations, and it helps us to connect it to our movies helps us to connect with our daily life. The important incorporating movies in learning provides engaged and increasing the motivation of the students toward a particular subject. More interest in particular subject makes the students learn the subject better, or it encourages the students to do the social work or many other things. When you watch a movie, you experience different type of emotions without suffering the real life side effects. It may help us to relax and regress. It also gives us a message, like if a story in a movie is regarding the social experiment, it has, like, if it has already happened in the movie, so it will just teach a lesson that we should be not doing those things in our life. And many movies that inspire us are like Bhag Milka Bhag, Dangal, Maricon, English, and Bell Bottom, etc. Thank you.
Okay.
Well, Aradhya, you go ahead, then I'll say something.
Yes, sir. So first of all, I will like to quote Oliver Stone. I do believe that the movie are subject to a million interpretations. So, as Oliver Stone had mentioned that the movies are the subject which give us a million of the interpretations. like I already mentioned. So everyone who spoke today give us an idea about the what can we learn from the movies or what other lessons that we can take from the movies. But there are many of the lessons which should be avoided as well, which are mentioned in the movie or which are given in the movie as well. Like if we uh, if we see some movies which are called mature movies, like Good News, it gives us an idea of a socialization. But and the people that ignore such movies, they are earning the movies, but they are not showing such movies to their kids because they feel they are the commercial movies or they are the uh, somehow they are the fictional movie, fictional, but they give us a lesson, a wide lesson that how can we, how can as a there are some of the members, there are some people in the society which are mentioned in the movie, right? And as many of you already told about the movies which are based on historical events, not historical movies which are based on historical events, right? But somehow they sh- somehow they don't show the movie historical background. They show us if we use the Hindi word, it's thoda chatpata type, right? So they are showing
Spicy.
uh,
Chatpata is called
spicy,
spicy.
yes,
Spicy.
spicy content, as they are showing comedy in the historical movie, but so they should be ignored in the movies. But its true movie give us a virtually or a new idea about the events or the incident which are mentioned as a there is a movie which I have recently watched. It's Radhisha, which is based on palmistry. So how as a there was a movie Mohenjo-daro. So it give us an idea about while it was a fictional movie, but it give us an idea about the how the Harappan civilization was. So yeah, it somehow helped me.
Okay. I think my view is that movies are not good about educating us on history, maths, philosophy, or any kind of information because they all mostly dramatize. Documentaries don't do that. Documentaries are supposed to be close to reality and facts. But movies which have a fictional story and have a hero and a heroine, they generally dramatize too much and glamorize situations and people. So they mislead us. That is why movies like Mughal Azam or there was this recent movie on Jodha Akbar and even Mohenjo-daro, etc., can be misleading, in fact, rather than informing. But there is something else that movies do, which is also educational. They don't give us correct information. They don't tell us the reality so much, but unless they are documentaries or discovery films or there is history channel which are purely factual, we are talking about movies which have a fictional story about a hero and a heroine often. So they are misleading as far as facts are concerned. But education is not just about facts. Education is also of our senses, about our tastes, about our emotions and motivation level. Movies motivate us so much sometimes. Books are not able to motivate us that strongly. So that is also education. The education that movies bring to us is not so much on the front of facts and reality, but on the front of our emotions, tastes, and motivation level. I hope my point is clear. Bhavya, did you understand what I said?
Yes, sir, but I don't understand the last part.
Okay, I'll repeat. that movies, because they are based on a fictional story generally, and they have a hero and a heroine which are painted in very glamorous uh, shades. So they don't tell us much about facts and reality. But education, yes, they give us, because education is not just about facts and reality, but we have to educate our emotions also, our motivation also, our drive and aspirations and tastes. These are also in our brain. They also have to be cultivated or educated. This is what we get from movies in a very powerful way, because movies use both sound, music, visual, and also the audience experience. There are vibrations we share when we see a movie in a group. We feel very strongly motivated because we share vibrations with the audience and with the friends sitting with us. So this all happens at the subconscious level. That is why a movie, watching a good movie, is a deeply satisfying experience. But it is not just entertainment, it educates us not about reality, but it educates our emotions, our tastes, and our motivation level. Have you understood now, Bhavya?
Yes, sir.
Can you repeat my point in your words?
Sir, what I have understand, you said that the movies are not in real; they are fiction stories. It not educates us in another way, but it educates our emotions.
Yes.
There are many editings and in the movies, but it educates our emotions and but do not educate from the any other thing. This I have understand.
Don't educate us about facts and reality, but which they generally dramatize, because they
Yes.
have to entertain first. So they dramatize situations. That is why they don't educate us well about reality. They rather mislead us. Akbar was not so good looking as they show in the film, and Salim was not such a nice person as they show in the film Mughal Azam. You understand my point? They distort
Yes, sir.
reality. But still, we are saying that movies educate us on another level. That is our emotions, aspirations, motivation, and tastes.
Yes.
Now, this is a difficult point. I think Bhavya has not fully understood what is the meaning of educating the emotions and tastes and motivation. So, I'll request who's there? Gaurav, will you put it in your words what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. You said that, sir. In today's era, the picture shows that the heroine in a very good and dramatic way, that there is a love story or their fictional story, that is the not the realities, and through which the audience, students, or people are unaware of the facts and realities of the film, the intention or the motive behind the film. And that's why in today's time we can see that there is very less educated films, and the culture is going towards the hero and heroines, their stories, their value, their lifestyle, the fashion, and etc.
No, there was this Bhavya has understood the point that movies educate our emotions, aspirations, tastes, and motivation. Can anyone explain that to Bhavya? Aradhya, will you try?
Yes, sir. So the idea which sir gave us is that Bhavya, in simple language, that as sir mentioned, Akbar was not so good looking guy, but as you have seen a movie Jodha Akbar, so the Ritik Roshan play the role of
No,
Akbar.
Aradhya,
So
wait, this Bhavya has understood that movies distort reality, but I'm saying that movie still educate us by cultivating our emotions, tastes, and motivation level.
okay,
Please
sir.
explain
Yeah.
this point only to Bhavya.
So may
Yes.
I tell? So may I tell, Khushi?
No, wait. Let Aradhya explain. He is the teacher today.
Okay. So Bhavya, it's
Give an
very clear
example
that
to him, then he will understand.
yeah. Sir, I'm giving the example. So Bhavya, just imagine that there is a guy in your class, right? And he's not so good in studies, but your teacher or your principal or your managing staff give him an idea or motivate him that how can he or she can be a good, how he or she can do a hard work and can achieve a good marks, right? And he follow the rules or the or he follow the points which mentioned by his or her teacher, and on the result day he got a he or she got a better marks, right? So as this example, there are some movies like Kushi mentioned about Three Idiots. So there's a beautiful idea in the movie that success, we should not follow success, we should follow the study or the new ideas, we should follow the ideas which can further help us, right? So there's a simple idea, don't follow the success, because motivation, somehow motivation help us in making our ideas more clear, more powerful, as this is a very good quotation. But I don't know the name of the person who gives us this beautiful quote. An idea, sorry, is all about the idea which shouldn't be followed. Ideas are just like ideas are just like is a when these are it's a powerful weapon which can overcome our sadness or our failure. Right? That's it.
Okay.
Kushi, you wanted to say something?
Yes, I want to say
How do movies
that, like,
educate and
sir,
improve
for
our
example, Bhag,
emotions and tastes?
yeah, sir, like Bhag, Milka Bhag, the Milka was very poor and he also lost his family, almost every member of his family. But still, his sister used to motivate him, and his sir also used to motivate him. And now we all know the Milka as a flying sick in all over the world. So movies used to give us motivation for our life also. Thank you.
I'm not very satisfied. Will someone else explain the last point that I'm making? Otherwise, I'll. Lovely, will you try? मूवीज देख के तुम बेहतर बने,
Excuse me, sir.
ये
Sir,
नहीं
may
कि
I?
तुम्हारी जानकारी बेहतर हो गई, लेकिन तुम अपने आप में कई बार इम्प्रूव्ड होके निकलते हो मूवी हॉल से. How? Because it improves your sensibility and taste. Can you
Sir, may I?
explain this point with some example?
Sir,
Sir,
may
can
I?
I?
Sir, may I try?
Wait, Vaibhav.
Sir,
Lovely, are you there? Okay, Bhavya. Sorry, Vaibhav. Yes. Bhavya, what are you saying?
Sir, I was saying movies, that movies tell that we enjoy with entertain. Like we say that it is very funny movie, or that we can't understand movie. That's why we say that this is very funny or romantical. If as you have also said that, but that if it is a it is a very negative topic, so we have to find positive. So in every movie there is something that is about education, but we can't understand, and then we laugh at movie that it is so funny. We can't understand that what type of that it is trying to show, that it is trying to show that it is trying to show off education or study or our job or etc. We can't understand that. In as you said that in if we will go in cinemas also, we enjoy movie while eating popcorns and things. We can't understand that it is a it every movie has everything, like it has drama also, it has education also, it has funny movements also, and a movie has everything. That's why it is a movie. It is based on the movements of education. Thank you.
Can I point out a mistake in your speech?
Yes.
Sir, he do not speak movement in a correct pronunciation. He said movements, but he has to said movements.
Okay.
And
anyone else would like to say? See,
okay,
the
I want
point.
to speak. Sir, may I speak? I also want to speak.
Yes.
Sir, I want to speak that if
I
we
want to say that. You will say, I want to say that.
I want to say that, sir, when we see a movie from, there is an emotional scene, there is a poor man and a rich man is giving him something. So we also feel that if we will be seeing anyone who help, who have get something, who do not have something, he is needy, so we have to then we think that we have to give something to him. When we see a scene in which we see that some big businessmen are mixing chemicals in our food, we feel angry and said that we should make them hang, and we should send them to the jails. If there is a scene in which someone shows that emotions to someone, from that we understand we should not be cruel to anyone. As you tell that we get education on our emotions from the movies, it is correct in many ways.
Yes, I'll give you an example. Say there are some films about parents and children relation, and especially when children grow up and they don't look after their parents. I think this movie Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum was there, which is about this theme.
Yeah, I love that movie.
There is sometimes a movie about a poor child struggling a lot, and he or she is ridiculed or made fun of by classmates because of caste or poverty, etc. So their story, their feelings are brought out very well in the movie.
Yes, sir,
Better
we have
than
seen that movie.
and better than books, and better than the speeches that teachers and leaders keep giving us.
Sir, I'm more interested in reading books.
Cinema is an art form, and art is something which appeals to our emotions, our finer emotions, our deeper emotions, instead of just enjoying all the time or abusing or playing all the time. Art cultivates our deeper emotions. Cinema is also an art form. Okay, it's a modern art form, just like painting, music, dance. These are also art forms. Cinema is also an art form, especially when it is done by a good director or a good script writer. Actors, hero, heroines are not important, but the story writer, the director, if they are good, they bring out very fine emotions in their movies, and this helps us in improving our sensibility and taste also. We become kinder. Sometimes a movie hits us very powerfully and we become more patriotic, we become kinder, we become more caring about our parents, we are generous to poor people around us after seeing a movie. So this is also a kind of education.
Sir,
Which
I want to give you two options. Which one you will be
Bhavya,
selecting?
wait, Bhavya. Actually, parents are also doing this through speaking. Books also do this. But movies do it much more powerfully because they are using music, they are using visual, they are using face expression. So feelings are conveyed very much more powerfully by movies. And this is also important part of education. Now I will raise a question. Why do parents and teachers generally ask us not to watch movies and keep on studying? Before I ask that, Bhavya, what do you want to say?
Sir, I want to give you options that you will be preferring watching a movie in a theater, or you will be preferring reading the script of that movie.
Both. Reading is very good for deep reflection. If there is a serious theme on which I want to reflect or think very hard, think deeply, then I'll read. But if I want to have the audiovisual experience, books will take 5 pages to describe, say, what a movie can give in one scene. How were the trees like? Where was the helicopter flying? What was the sound of the helicopter? The book writer will have to use so many pages to give the full feeling of that scene. But movie can do it in a few seconds by capturing it on camera and
Excuse
on
me, sir.
Okay, so both have their power. For deep reflection, books are very important, but for emotional connect, movies are good. Yes, Weber?
Sir, as you said that why parents and teacher don't say to watch movies, sir. Can I tell my opinion?
Yes. Do your parents and teachers say don't watch movies, only read books most
Yes,
of the
sir.
time?
Yes, sir.
So why do you think they say that?
Sir, because some movies are educational. So, if the movie is educational, our parents says that watch this movie. It is it is very educational. So you must to watch. And some movies are very badly action. So our parents says that I am also not
No,
watching.
Weber, no. See, we have understood most movies are not good.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
but some movies, as I said, of great directors, great story writers, they are good. Whether they have big actors in them or not, that actors are not important. But if the story is good and if the director is good, then they tend to educate us. They
Sir,
make
may
us
I?
kinder. They make us more generous. They make us more patriotic. They make us more. They make us very fine and sober in our conduct. See, when
Yes,
I
sir.
was small, when I was young, most of the children used to play in the street and use abuses, etc. So I could have also done that, but I saw some very good films and I saw how a hero and good people behave in the movie. So I learned to dress well, never abuse, be disciplined, make some sacrifices in life. So these things which our books also tell us, but they go deeper inside us when we see a good film. Yet
Yes, sir.
most of the parents don't ask us to watch even the good films. They want us to devote most of our time to studying. Why do they do that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Gaurav, what do you want to say?
Yes, sir. Sir, as you said that parents are forcing nowadays students that to study only through books. But sir, yes, and also the today's movies are not so good to watch with the
Yes, we
students or
shall leave
children.
aside bad. 90% of movies are bad. We are of course not talking about them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But today
But
on
sir,
internet,
the
you can watch best movies from France, from America, from Germany. All are available with
yes, sir.
subtitles. Why don't our
Yes, sir.
parents ask us to watch them?
Yes, sir. Because, sir, that we can, I can say that it depends on the thinking that parents think that by watching these movies, they had a bad impact on children, that this movie is bad, so they had a bad impact, they learn bad things, etc. But sir, as you said that there are 10% movies which are good and which we can see through internet, and sir, these movies help us to think beyond imagination and increases our imagination visuality, that also this also helps us to gain the knowledge and improves our intelligence and enhance our mentality. So movies are good, and students or everyone should watch movies along with the studies.
Okay. You haven't explained why parents do not emphasize watching good movies. Aradhya, can you explain that?
Sir, because parents think that by watching movie, this is the waste of time, unless the children should utilize this time in studying by through books.
Aradhya, can you explain?
Yes, sir.
Can you explain why parents do not advise us, teachers don't advise us to watch the best films from across the world also?
Sir, sir, we talk about the psychology thing, sir. So, sir, they feel, parents feel and teachers feel that if they will watch movie, it will take a lot of time of ours, and instead of spending time in watching movies, they can spend their most of the time in studies, so that they can get some idea about their study, and they can be successful.
That is not the only. Okay, now I'll add. See, parents, first of all, are generally not aware of all the great cinema of the world. That is one reason. Second reason is their concern is too much about our career and about our marks. That is okay, but I think now the economy is changing and it is possible to make a good career without topping the exams also. Third reason is that in our culture, anything that gives joy is looked down upon. This is a problem in our culture. Anything which is painful is supposed to be good. Of course, children have the tendency to overdo something which is joyful and pleasurable. That should not be done. We should always limit our time, allot our time properly. Most of the time has to be given to studies. Say, but once a week, we should watch a good film. Even this is not allowed or not encouraged by elders, because these are the reasons that I've given. And the third reason is, in our culture, there is a general tendency to see anything that is joyful as bad, and that which is difficult and tough as good. This is the case many a time, but not all the times. I'll give you an example. In our culture, friendship between boy and girl is taken as something very bad. Now, or another example is that when I was small, when we had fever, we were asked to switch off the fan and sweat it out under a sheet. So painful things are considered good, even though they may not work at times. You get my point? So that is another reason that elders sometimes, just because movies are very enjoyable, they tend to dismiss them as not worthy. Worthy, you understand? Acha. Now I hope you may have understood my style. How do I conduct class? How do I teach? Can you say something? I want to hear how you have gauged. Gauged means to capture something which is not very obvious. Oblivious. Obvious का opposite होता है oblivious. I want to see if you have captured my style of teaching. Khushi, you have been very regular. Would you like to say something about my style of teaching?
Sir, you used to teach very well. And me and my father used to discuss the topic again and again. So I used to get all the points that you used to teach, and those points used to come in future also. Like someone, as my friends used to ask me, so I used to answer them very well as you used to tell us. So thank you, sir, for teaching us.
Thank you, Khushi. Thank you. But can someone explain what is my exact style? What do I do which is helpful to you?
Sir, may I tell?
Sir, you
Sir, may
only
I-
used to discuss the positive points, but sometimes negative also.
I encourage you to look at both positive side and negative side. Sometimes many people just get carried away by one side. So if they are patriotic, they will not accept anything wrong in our country. On the other hand, there are people who are only criticizing our country. So
Sir,
these extremes should be avoided. I have always taught that for every topic, we shall look at the positive and negative both. In addition, what do I do? Yes, Vaibhav.
Sir, sir, can I tell your style of teaching?
Yes.
Sir, you teach like you teach very well. Other teachers, like my teachers in school, I ask my teacher one thing repeatedly. If I can't understand, ma'am tell that why don't you listen? Why don't you do? But I ask from you, then you tell points that I have to, because you think that I will waste my whole time to tell this child that what is point, but I will tell, and this is the style I like of you. I was starting when I was not in the class, when I was not joining from starting from beginning. I was thoughting that in Divesh sir, it will he is very hungerful, but when I started joining the classes, I know that I realized that you are very good teacher, and you teach very well also, because if I am not understanding something, you tell me that also. If there is doubt, you
Thank you, Vaibhav. Anything else you have noted?
anything?
He says,
No, sir.
I am here also trying to teach you how to go deeper and capture something which is not obvious. Recognize the hidden pattern. Recognize the hidden pattern in things. This is important for understanding society, especially. In science also, we need to do that. For example, we understand through microscope what is the cell from inside. But in society, we don't have microscope. We have to just use our brain to understand the hidden pattern. So now I'm giving you an exercise. How will you explain the hidden style and pattern of my teaching? So you have made some good points. Aradhya, what will you say?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, may I speak thought of the day?
Wait, let us complete this point first.
Yes, sir.
Gaurav, would you like to say something? What is the
Yes, sir.
pattern in my teaching?
So your way of teaching, sir.
Yes. Hidden
So
pattern क्या है उसका? Okay, let me point out. So some of the points you have made, I always look at both positive and negative side. But on the negative side, I also look at solutions. Not only solutions, but what I or you shall do personally. Okay. More than that, I try to pick up very interesting topics. Unless the topics are interesting and
So that was, I
illuminating.
want to say you right now that's why I raised my hand.
Yeah. So that is
I
very
was saying
important.
that you used to choose very interesting topics that are based on social issues and many more interesting topics that are in our used in our daily life that but we don't know.
Okay, thank you. And another thing that I do, which many people are not able to do, is go to the deepest crux of the problem. Say something which others are not able to say. Okay, this is what I try to do. I hope I am able to do it. Go to the deepest crux of the problem. Crux means the central point, the core point, which is hidden from most people. Okay, that is what I highlight in the conclusion. This is what enriches a speech. You shall be able to say something more than what others are going to say. Okay, and how will you do it? By bypassing or
Going to the deeper part of the situation.
overlooking the obvious points. You should talk about them very briefly and go to a deeper point. And especially, don't waste time on talking about contradictory things. For example, on today's topic, someone would say movies are very educational. Some may say they are waste of time. But these are contradictory things. We will move beyond that. We will say most movies are a waste of time, but some movies are very educational. And they are educational not because they tell us about reality. Of course, they don't. They dramatize reality. But they educate our emotions. That is why they are educational. And so we should watch in a limited time, not every day, once a week or once a month. We should watch a good film and discuss it with friends. That is best. Discuss it with parents. Then you will draw out the deep. For example, if you have seen Kashmir Files, then discuss it with your friends and parents and elders. Okay? Yes, you wanted to say something, Vaibhav? Thought of the day?
Yes, sir. Sir, may I start thought of the day?
Yes.
Thought of the day is that selected by me is that is don't wait for tomorrow because tomorrow does not wait for you. Therefore, tomorrow will come tomorrow only. I repeat, don't wait for tomorrow because tomorrow does not wait for you, and therefore tomorrow will come tomorrow only.
Very good. Bhavya, you want to say something? Your hand is showing.
What, sir?
You want to say something?
Sir, I want to say that the thought of the day spoken by Vabhav,
Spoken.
my
Spoken.
assembly was there. So in that, I also speak the same.
Okay, very good. Okay. It's a good thing that your school has this practice.
Sir, that means that we are communicating from our minds.
We are
Thank you,
Communicate-
Abu, for the thought of the